there is some limit to growth. Yeah? And the question is like, what could be the safe and just co-leader for people and planet? Yeah? So is there any safe and just co-leader for people and planet? Because human cannot grow for all the time. Yeah, so it's not possible to grow continue to have like a continuous growth. And then we are already changing the earth system so that it is having a lot of negative impact. Have you heard this term like a safe and just co-leader for people and planet before? Or have you heard about the word planetary boundaries? In 2009, Johan Rockström published the paper called Planetary Boundaries, where he, together with other scientists, defined 9 planetary boundaries for the people. And the concept of planetary boundary presents a set of 9 planetary boundaries within which humanity can continue to develop and thrive for generations to come. What they did is like they define 9 different boundaries for humanity not to cross. Yeah, and the basic idea here is like if the humanity cross one of those boundaries, it will have negative impact on people and also on planet here. So what we can see here is like these 9 planetary boundaries are it's related to climate change, it's related to biodiversity, it's related to land use, it's related to chemical pollutions, which is called here like a novel entities. It's related to biogeochemical flows, mainly coming from phosphorus and nitrogen, ocean acidification, aerosol in atmosphere, ozone layer, and also water use. So here what we can see is that this outer boundary, this dotted line, shows that these are the more like a safe operating space for people. So if we cross one of those boundary in a long run, or in a not in a long run, but it's considered as it's not a good symbol for human society. For example, here if there is an increase in CO2 concentration in atmosphere, climate change will have negative impact for people. Yeah, same holds for let's say the problem related to eutrophication, that is causing due to excess use of nitrogen and phosphorus as a fertilizer. Yeah, or novel entities that is defined as a plastic pollution. And if this bar is here in the red line, it says that humanity already crossed those planetary boundaries. If the values are somewhere in the green line, then it says that okay, we are within the safe operating space. So one of the alarming messages of this slide is that among 9 planetary boundaries, most of the planetary boundaries have been crossed by humanities. So to be on track, we need to let's say we need to change this. Yeah, we need to reduce or fix this problem by reducing consumption and production, and the way we manage things. Yeah, so that we will be within the safe and just safe operating space. So one of the criticism of planetary boundary is that these boundaries are defined currently on a global scale. Yeah, but there are issues which are quite local in a level. Yeah, and the question is like, what are the local boundaries? Yeah? And for example, for some like CO2 concentration in atmosphere, it may make sense to talk about at a global scale, but for others like land use, it might make more sense to talk also about local boundaries. Yeah? So what is the local land use at the moment, and what is the boundary over there? Or local boundaries in terms of water use from the river or water bodies, or eutrophication, or the flow of nitrogen and phosphorus in the water boundaries. In some location, they may already transgress the local boundaries, even though we are within the planetary boundaries. Or other way round might also be possible. So this is one of the criticism of this concept. Yeah. And the second thing is like, whenever we are talking about planetary boundaries, we are mainly focusing on earth systems or ecosystems at the moment, or ecological boundaries at the moment. Now, it doesn't say much about societal foundation, because as a human, what we need is that we also need to build the societal foundation so that everybody has basic built up their basic needs like water, food, energy, health. And here and there is this concept of donut economies. And here in this concept, what it says is like we need to do economic activities, yeah, mainly within the planetary boundaries or ecological ceiling, yeah. And why do we need to do economic activities is to build the societal foundation, yeah. And here some dimensions of the societal foundations are provided, considering, let's say, basic needs, and also considering societal well-being in terms of networks, in terms of social equity, peace, justice, yeah, which are inspired by 17 sustainable development goals. So we talked about 17 sustainable development goals in detail later on, but here what we need to, the main message is that it's not only about planetary boundaries, it's also about building societal foundation. And what we see now is that when you look at the globe, what we can see is following. So when we see like there are countries, which has transgraded planetary boundaries, but there are also countries who lack basic societal foundation. So the idea of let's say sustainable development or sustainability, sustainable transformation is that the countries who has transgressed their planetary boundaries need to reduce their environmental footprints, and then the countries which lack societal well-being or societal prosperity and foundation, for example, in terms of food, in terms of health, in terms of education, in terms of peace and justice, in terms of all those other dimensions, they need to build their societal foundation, and then all these activities need to be done within the safe and just corridor for planet. And in this representation, what we try to highlight here is like across time, the societal prosperity, the benchmark from the societal prosperity and foundation may increase. This might be due to, for example, population growth, or in other way, it can also be due to technological progress. For example, if you ask people 50 years ago about telephone, whether the mobile telephone is a basic need, people might have considered it as a luxury, but now it's becoming a basic need. So societal foundation may increase across time. At the meantime, due to our environmental impact on our planet, the planetary boundaries may be reducing. So the safe and just corridor for people and planet might be shrinking across time. And here what we need to do is like we need to come back together, like those countries who lack societal foundation need to build that, and those countries or those regions where planetary boundaries has been crossed need to reduce their way of production and consumption to transit to be within the safe and just corridor. And it might be the case that within a country we can also see such differences among different social groups or different social actors.